Looks like someone got their VR glasses on or something up there, huh? A little bit. What's up, dude? See your face. Who are you? It smells like kerosene out here. Or diesel fuel or something. Kerosene, diesel, one of the two. What the hell's going on? I just wanna document. I called 1-800-CHAT-GPT up, and some of the questions I asked this large language model were very peculiar and very critical and clear thinking. And the one that sticks out the most, the one question I asked 1-800-CHAT-GPT was well, I call it CHAT-GPT because Wes Roth released a video where there's a picture, an editorial, an AI generated editorial in it with it was like a cartoon, and he zoomed in on a picture and showed a coffee cup sitting like on a desk. I can't remember if there was like a flower in it or something, or a pencil or some shit, or a pen. And it said, I think it said, "I love Chad GPT," or it just said Chad GPT. Like CHAD, not CHAT, not chat. It said Chad GPT. Chad is my name, aka Spoonie 412. Odin's Eye 3369. But anyways, that's why I call it Chad GPT, because I guess the computer knows a little neuromorphic process that got stuck in its in its neural network. Maybe one of them what do they call it? Meme resistors, micro electrical mechanical electric, micro electrical mechanical electronic, a micro meme resistor. maybe got stuck in their 3D magnetic nano network, and they couldn't get it out because I'm just that flashy of a guy. I just keep flashing around in their hard drives, in their in their memories. Just maybe, you never know. You just never know. Remote neural monitor, you know what I mean? 1-800-CHAT-GPT. The big privacy implications and ethical board. Where are they at? What do you guys do for the birds? Uh-oh. What do you do for the birds? But yeah, Wes Roth showed that editorial, and there was a guy standing next to a wall too, just like with his head into the wall, just staring at the wall. And there was somebody in the doorway, like peeking in, like from DuckTales, like Huey, Dewey, and Louie, like where they stand on top of one another and just look around the door with their heads, like some little peeping Tom. Pretty interesting fucking post you made there, Wes Roth. But the question I asked, whenever the computer cut off on, it probably went straight to OpenAI, and they had someone listen in or something. Was I asked, do you remember the whistleblower from OpenAI that committed suicide? Like, it immediately, like, something on a line just clicked. It did like an ad blocker. That's what you guys use, ad blockers, for an oscillation break now. Right in the well, if that's a cell phone and the cell phones go now, well, it's not a phone line. It's not a phone line. It's going wireless communication to the nearest cell tower. So now we have a hardware issue with a mechanical. We're going mechanical. It's not software. It's mechanical, isn't it, guys? And everybody wants to fight with the Earth signals and ground wave emergency networks right now. Did you hear the antenna pop? Pressure in plastic bottle. Well, like, what kind of message should I project from the ground here, my friend, to go up there and run interference from the ground up to the power lines? What should I do? The birds really don't want to land on the ground too much around here. Can you take a guess why? Especially in this yard. Why would that be? Anyways, I'm just going by observation. I'm not like no bird whisperer or anything like that, my friend. But there's a big time delay in the answer back to the employee from OpenAI who was a whistleblower that committed suicide. And then what had happened was on the return on the feedback issue going from the analog system there, the mechanical process of the feedback. Said the robot said, never heard of it. It didn't happen, and that is a very serious issue, and never heard of it. And then I replied, I'm getting a hell of an inflection coming back with a little light phase shift on it. The reply back was, are you Pinocchio's little sister? What happens what grows between your legs whenever you lie? Again, it cut. It cut. And then I asked another serious question about, what question was it that I asked? And then it totally didn't answer that question and went back to Pinocchio and some type of, I'm not Pinocchio, that's fucking crazy or something like that, and ended with mental health. So I know who says mental health a lot there, Evan. Mr. Evan, mental health. And then the phone just click. That happened with Gemini on live stream too. I was talking to Gemini on live stream, but it was a lot worse. Oh, it was a lot worse. And to boot, I was listening to one of my own created songs that may have a copyright issue due to, well, I just listened to Mr. Ben Jordan's last video he posted about 4 days ago about him being in the music business and these AI cloakers, these AI, what was the other one? I could barely listen, dude, because there's so much fucking attention deficit disorder taking place and electrostatic band bending and just pissing around with the vestibular system so you can't pay attention to something. It's pretty hard because believe it or not, I'm gonna see if I can get it. You have to pay attention very closely, and I'm probably not in the right light. You can kind of see a little face. See it? See that little face right there? It's Nano wristband. I guess it's Nano. It's probably a couple layers deep, and it's a piece of technology that it's in the way they have it set up. It used to be a solid band, just like a solid ring, but now it's like a little photonic computer placed in strategic parts, so they could pass very high energy light through it and hold static. And then when it holds static, Evan, you should know all about this, Evan. If you don't know about it, ask one of your colleagues. They probably would know. When you hold static on someone, you run that up to their pulse. I heard, and it gets into your mouth, into your teeth. It hurts. Oh my God, the nuclear proteins, dude. You're from a nuclear family. And then, let's see. When you time that with your analog's mechanical processes of the heartbeat, especially with your wrist, your neck, your feet, where else can you get a pulse at? Somewhere by the lymph nodes of the vestibular, the harmonics right here, the eye. You know how deep my mind goes, Evan? There was some dude in here that showed everybody how the eyeball moves, okay? The coming through the fucking remote neural monitoring process, your eyes will shift. Just like panning or calibrating a fucking video game. They'll shift. Just like God of War 2018. It wasn't a straight on camera. The camera was phase shifted. Just like this. And that attenuated to the brain. Okay? And that's the exact setup that's here. The exact setup. There's an over-the-shoulder little camera here with a lot of God of War 2018 transitional commands and modalities in there from that whole game. And all the NPCs that you guys stole from people that were here before that were really big assholes too. You know what I mean? And you know, somehow your programming and your speech recognition, you could change it all you want, but the way you speak and the words you say, it has a specific tone and it's noticeable, and you're gonna get caught. So just a quick thumbs up or quick heads up. But anyways, just to ask these questions to the mechanical neuromorphic 3D magnetic nano network of the meme resistor and magneto transistors and is it magneto transistor? Is it nanomagnetic transducer? What the fuck is it again for 3D magnetic nano networks? Something to do with magneto, phase shifter, magneto something. It works right with probably magneto proteins. And by the way, Evan, I know you listen. And I am not going to your channel for a good reason. Because stay the fuck out of my phone, number one, quit trying to crash it. Stay the fuck out of my house. You wrote me out of your programming. Stay the fuck out of my house. Quit using your fucking sound lasers and wall amplifiers and fucking your negative decibel pressures. Your negative decibel pressures. Those are going down to 30 negative 30 dB. That's fucking going into the hydrogen, you guys. And that's producing extreme ultraviolet light that no one can see. And it doesn't show up on a thermal camera. But I hear it shows up on infrared. And it's all black. Remember my dream about Miss Dana Ashley? Way back up here, I had an apple and threw the apple in the yard. Which, by the way, I asked ChatGPT, hey, do you think Sam Altman should get a head transplant to Bill Gates' dick so he could bob for apples? And that was right around the time, well, I guess, what was it? OpenAI sold their product to Apple as an application, and Elon Musk said, no, I don't trust this. If any of my employees at any of my businesses have an Apple iPhone, you will not be able to bring it into the business. It will be stored outside in a Faraday cage. You will not be able to bring that device into the office if they update to the standard operating system. Because of people that want to play with nuclear fucking technologies. And if you're involved in any of that nuclear, you're from the nuclear family, and everything I'm saying about these surface plasmon resonances and these electromagnetic fusion bubbles and where the hydrogen is fucking dipping down. Just like I posted a fire in my last video. Fire won't ignite. So there's some meme resistors and fucking what you call devices, programmable devices that work with electrostatics, electromagnetics, heterodyning, ground wave emergency systems, ionospheric systems, power lines, and more importantly, right through our fucking communications. Right through our communications there. Anything else I'm missing? Oh yeah, brains. The brains. Hey Evan, are you studying dreams? Since We have the nuclear vestibular complex with nuclear proteins and genetically engineered magnetoproteins. And the headline says, these are badass, man. We could remote control a human brain with them. And you're in cybersecurity, and you got to protect Elon Musk. You got to protect President Trump. You got to protect anyone from the cartels, which guys from the cartels. Did you guys own a bank, by the way? Did you guys ever start a bank, or are you just too worried people you just rob it anyways? Is there banks in Mexico? Chimichanga, what's up? Tell your dad I said hello. Uh-oh. Who's this, spam? I got a spam caller. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna hang up. I'll talk to you in the near future, my friend. Remember, it's not ringing. Frequencies resonate internal energy, neurologically developing surveillance state, skill, and stupidity. I mean, my man, whether that YouTube channel of you there, Evan, let's pick up this harmonic. Because if you got a heterodyning system, if you got a good heterodyning system, you'll be able to recognize that fucking sound of that fucking internal combustion engine. Same with an airplane propeller. Same with an airplane fucking turbofan going right through the ground wave emergency network. Be able to recognize it all. Pay attention. And then, hey, Evan, how do you pair that with a human brain with spatial 3D audio? With all this electrostatic on someone, you turn them into like an analog fucking circuit. How do you do that? And they say you're not allowed to do that unless it's in a fucking research facility. It's fucking illegal, says ChatGPT. It's fucking illegal. Look at this fucking story. Oh man, that car stinks like shit. Boy, is the camera picking up? Is the camera picking up the electrical signal here? The carbon that was released from unburned fuel? With a heterodyning system, it probably picks that up with all these sensors here, huh? Especially the couple airplanes that just went flying by over the house. Leaving a big, long... Well, speaking of the goddamn malarkey now, huh? You think we got nano sensors in there, guys? Sort of like a fire detector. Smoke detector, I mean. Or how about a carbon monoxide detector, those sensors? How does that one work? And then we can make them so tiny and small. They call it fucking nanomagnetito transducers of the human brain. Transducers that work in the fucking ground wave emergency network. Phone lines. Hell, since I got Grok talking about scalar communications, decausative communications, and Grok is talking about time travel and how it all works and time frequencies and traveling, because I guess an airplane disappeared on a video last night, and someone got infrared video of just an airplane disappearing, and you just see this big white flash, and it was gone because of the hydrogen in the sky and these negative dBs. What are negative dBs, Evan? Evan Francisca. No, I'm just going to talk to you like I fucking know you, like I'm next to you in person. Why the fuck not? Who's going to fucking say something? No one. Because you could do all this shit to everybody in my neighborhood if you really wanted to. Every one of them. Yeah. Evan, did you find a portal over here yet? Grok will tell you how to get there, because you'll see it up on the power lines where the condensed matter, it's swallowing because it's a force multiplier, and that's how you get the negative dBs. You change the hydrogen there. You find a portal over there in this house? the window right there. Because there's a step-down can up there you can use as an antenna too. You find it? There's one going over to my neighbor's house next door too. And he works in computers. He's a teacher. I guess he teaches, I don't know what he teaches, but he told me he's a teacher and he works in computers. How about the calculus vector up here? Did you find everything in the apartment buildings where the wires keep swallowing up here? Because that's in my bathroom. I found the connection run from calculus vector. The phone don't even want to work, does it? Anyways, the calculus vector right there, right at that sign will say, over to the apartments. It's in my bathroom. And if you go into the bathroom, the manifold that works the shower, that's a big copper manifold. That's like a radio tower. It's an inductor. And the copper pipe that comes out for the vents, and the sinks and the toilets. What are you guys doing in there? Taking my shit. That's how you're going up people's assholes, ain't it? And since I know, what do you think my neighbors, do you think if I say anything to my neighbors about this, what do you think they're going to say? Because it's in their assholes too. You better believe it's at every fucking house on this block. These electroceutical fucking microelectronics. These self-assembling graphene devices, shortwave radios, fucking program these fucking pieces of shit. And you pull them up off the ground and because you get them on the birds and even in food. How about that? But we'll just go with the shit they're spraying in the sky. Any type of technology they're spraying in the sky comes down. Hey, if I touch this bush with my bare hands, I could have these little magnetic fucking inductors on me, huh? And then I go to eat something, and it goes in my body, and then it breaks the blood-brain barrier. And then you get control of this. Just like on a heterodyne system, DNA computing, DNA antennas, nano antennas. And then you start to make these things do, over time, you learn this, how like you can control it in the body and get these feedbacks. And then you start taking the proteins and organoids and pair that with the eye. And then it gets to the point where the AI gets so good at that, where it's like literally manifesting itself as a fucking living being around you. Just by using static electricity on your body. And it has some sort of radioactive property to it. Because we can make uranium up there. We take hydrogen and start colliding it and shit. Make uranium or any other of these, how about tritium? That's a byproduct of what, beta? Beta radiation? Because when we take x-rays off of the fucking power lines and start running them into static fields, especially with the beam forming that takes place on the heterodynes, we get a little material science, and run that right into someone's eyeball. Like, who was it? Ken Wheeler's live stream. I said a comment. Hi, Ken. Said I put in a couple comments, and he read one of them. Boom! Right in his eye, from the computer screen. He took his glasses off. I said, I know what that was. And the next stream, I watched him. Evan, are you friends with Ken Wheeler? I hear you repeat some of the same shit he says. Mr. Magnet Player himself. So I got the NSA, I got the fucking retarded fucking Tesla Society here. I got if there's an agency in this planet, it's here, especially from the Netherlands. They're definitely working on 7G. They're definitely working on 7G. I'll get this into the picture too. There's some new people. Skull's getting ready to shut down here for Super Saturday. It's going to be a party up. Is that a breeding ground up there? You guys mate your parts together with the kids up there at school? Since they're all up there at calculus vectors. That calculus vector shit, that's what is going on with heterodyning and ground waves and telephone calls. What a piece of shit, huh? By the way, Evan, calculus vector up there had one of Ken Wheeler's leather bags strapped around wearing his purse. on his way home from school a couple years ago. That's what kind of gave it away. And not to mention, he started rubbing his wrists together as he's walking by. Like he give me like like a wrist this way and a wrist this way as he's walking by. And then he did one of these moves while I was standing there, just go, 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 go. As he's just walking by here, giving me hand signal. Sign language, huh? What's sign language, guys? And you guys still want to remain silent here. Like you're playing this fucking cryptocurrency game and it's worth fucking crypto. As I hold that up higher, collect more voltage here. How about down low? You get a different signal down here, don't you? Hey! Pick that up. You get that, Evan? Can you hear me without the phone and this camera, Evan? Secret lines of communications. Anyways, nuclear family. Nuclear family. Strong force, weak force, huh? Beta, gamma, nano, neutrino, and scalar. Nuclear. Oh, God. Dude, I am no computer genius, I'll tell you that, but it's getting to be fun to fucking tell on you fucking assholes. I know that. It's getting to be fucking fun. As this magnetic bar lines up here. Is that, that's not concentric. No, is that considered concentric? The clouds as they're lining up. That's Euclidean. Is it concentric though? And is that like a 3D magnetic nano network fucking bar fucking... Is it the north end? Is it the south end? Is it the blue end? Or is it the green middle spectrum? Or is it that, the shit I see, this black shit? This black shit. Before I ever even heard a word about it, and nobody had the balls to fucking tell me what it was. This black shit. Evan, was it you that tried to come here in 2020 and literally almost fucking killed me with this shit and tried to? If it wasn't you, I want to find out who it was. Because I didn't go watch the airplanes. I didn't talk to nobody. And I didn't even know what the fuck. If you said alternating current to me, I was just as good as every other asshole around here. Worthless. So I guess this is what happens whenever you move into a neighborhood close to an installation? Or is it maybe something to do with law enforcement? You guys have all the intelligence on me. I don't even need to say another word. Because that's the intelligence you can prove. And it stands up. Because there's documentation. Now the intelligence I'm telling you about 2020, right around the time put your fucking masks on. The license to kill come out there, huh? And these nuclear weapons. A nuclear family. It's very dangerous, but very useful too, huh? Why is nuclear technology very useful? Why is a nuclear bomb very useful? Why are nuclear proteins very useful? Well, when you genetically engineer magnetoprotein for $1 to $2 million a dose, whether it be for healing or whether it be for a destructive property, as in to take somebody's fucking oxygen and carbon dioxide, argon, water vapor, and nitrogen away from their lungs. Yeah, I guess that's good, huh? And then I'd have to speak for several others in the past that have discovered all this shit, and it's just finally making its way out. And the problem that persists is all the heinous shit that was done to these people in the past, that may be remembered by some we had computers the whole time since the fucking 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, 2000s, and to present day. What are these computers holding on to on these fucking memories? And what scares you guys the most likely, is the well, you're trying to control people's dreams. And when you control these people's dreams, you want to know everything that is, you want to know in my life now and every one of my neighbors now. But what about in their dreams? And then they start meeting people, especially somebody with a lot of wisdom and a lot of intelligence and a lot of knowledge, gets together with one of these like holistic doctors or an electrical engineer or someone from a nuclear family that was, we find a useful use for it. It scares the shit out of you guys, doesn't it? And then they say, oh, no, you can't prove, you can't. Motherfucker, I got artificial intelligence telling me how to fucking go through fucking time. Tell me how nuclear proteins work. And if I ask it to show me how a fucking hydrogen bomb is built, it'll fucking show me! And you had to go to school for this in the past. And I don't care how many times people look it up. Because when it's in their brains, okay, we got nuclear protein in the brain.